Hello and good evening, you lovely lot. Well, welcome back for our third and final show of the day. Oh, I'm going home tonight. No, I look so happy. I'll be sad. I've had the most fantastic 4 days, 1 day at Hobby Maker and 3 days up here. I have loved it, but I am looking forward to my own bed. But, well, there we go. But every time we start the show, apparently it's just started raining. So if it gets noisy again, I can only apologise. Now, I'm Corrine Robinson and I'm here with you for Crafters TV for the last 2 hours of this Bank Holiday Monday. I know it might not be a bank holiday everywhere where you are, but it is a bank holiday here in the UK. So it's very quiet. There's only 5 of us here today. Oh, Craig's getting his quiff ready. He's getting it down quickly. Where's your quiff gone, Craig?
I wasn't doing anything.
You weren't doing anything. So we are here. It's a Monday Makers tonight. I think I've only done one Monday Makers before. This is all about these fun shows. We're going to show you lots of things that you can make with your dies that you're either buying today or that you have got recently. So we've got some lovely deals. I'm going to do the housekeeping first, just like I did before. It's Easter, so we're giving you triple points. I'm trying to see the connection, because what my sentence that just said, it's Easter, so we're giving you triple points, but, well, as if you need a reason. Triple points on everything that you order this weekend, so make sure you do that. We're also giving you, oh, my free gift disappeared. Oh, Jake's taken my free gift. He's taken my free gift. I'll find it. We'll get it back. We'll get it back in a minute. A 6x6 Hoppy Easter paper pad. So you're going to get that with every order, regardless of your order value. So make sure you get that. And then the third offer is that we have got a secret code. Secret code. You've got to find it. And if you found it...
Bandito.
10, no, that's a 1 now. If you found it 10, there you go. Then pop that in at checkout.
10. Find T10.
Shh. Found it 10. If you put that in at the end on your checkout, then you're going to get a 10% discount. On top of the amazing prices, we've got 60% discount, 70% discounts. Then you get your Club Aspire discount, and then you can get your 10% discount as well. So you're going to have so many discounts. Oh, and Jake is bringing me the paper. Oh, thank you so much. There we go. There we are, just so that you can see. He was desperate to get it put away so that he could get home on time, you see. There we go. Here is our lovely paper pad. Absolutely gorgeous spring colours. You're going to find it so useful, and you're going to get one of these for every order placed this weekend. So make sure you do it. Well, I'm going to show that. Now we're on a close-up. Look at that. So yeah, it might be an Easter pad, but you're going to be able to use this. Look at those candy stripes. Absolutely beautiful. It's got spring, summer vibes written all over it. Oops, sorry, went a bit fast there. It has got, let me just remind myself, 30 sheets in here. Absolutely perfect. There you go. Brilliant paper pad. So you're going to get those. So don't forget, triple points. Find your code for 10% and your free gift. Now, this is our brilliant deal for Easter. This is our Easter mystery bag. Oh, sorry. I've forgotten something. No, don't do that. That's not fair. Anyway, I'm not here on my own. I am so sorry. I am here all day with our lovely Craig. Be careful, it's really drafty by that window.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's windy.
Ah.
Yeah, the curtains will start blowing in a minute in the wind. There you go. Right, I'm here for the rest of the day with our lovely Craig. Hi! Hi! You're coming back tomorrow as well, aren't you?
I'm back. It's me and Ben tomorrow. Yeah, and Nicola as well. Yes, we've got tomorrow. But yeah, that's tomorrow. We'll tell you about that later on, because yeah, fun Monday Makers coming your way. Kind of had a look at some of the items within Wake Up Call this morning. We're going to kickstart with some flower forming foam in a moment, where we have a look at Country Lane. I tell you what, let's do that. Let's just have a couple of finished samples to show you. I mean, look at that one. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. And as we were talking about earlier on, what you will see just shortly with Corrine, okay, you might not have the paper pads, but you're going to be able to use so many of your own paper pads. You can have that secret door, you can do your concepts, you've got a cut and emboss folder. So that's your country lane. What we're also going to be having a look at is our shaker dies as well. Now these create freestanding shaker cards or projects, but then you can add them to the front of your cards and your projects as well. You're even going to get the die that actually creates its own little shaker elements, which was an idea from our Liam, who put that forward the other year at product development, so you can thank him. So that is a couple of the things that you can be doing. Cutting in, cutting out. It can actually create a card blank as well. You don't have to use it when it comes to that shaker forum, but yeah, you might want to tie them both together, country lane and a little bit of a shaker. It's up to you.
Yes, that would be really good, wouldn't it? And that's something that we really like to show you, how you can take a little bit from this collection and a little bit from that collection and put them together to create something really magical. Right, okay, I'll go back to where I was. Easter mystery bag. Now, this is jam-packed full of value. £103 or $144. But you're not paying that, you're paying £35 or $45. Now, let me show you. If you were to buy these things outside of this mystery bag, for £35, you'd get your luxury mixed cardstock. So this is linen and pearlescent in all of those colours. You've got the pinks, the lilacs, the blues and the yellow, and you will see you've got the textured linen and then the pearlescent cardstock. And you've seen Craig flick through this and show you bits from this throughout the day. So you've got the lovely mint green and the yellow, both linen and pearlescent. So you'd pay for that. You would pay for your summer sorbet die-cut gift bag collection. And what you've got here is you've got your paper pies already die-cut in the handbag shape, and all you've got to do is score it, well, not score it, fold it on the scores and put a little bit of adhesive on and you're away to go. But I think these papers are absolutely beautiful. They are so pretty. They remind me of, as I was saying earlier, Say It With Flowers, because I think they are really, really pretty. Look at that. Ever such gorgeous designs. And look, beautiful oranges. But when you get to the end, let me just find there, we've then given you all the pre-die cut tags that you might need to decorate your bags up. Now, both of those, that would be about £30. And then, so if we put in your Forever Blessed, that's another £5 worth of stamps. So that's your £35. And that's, you know, everything that you would be paying for in this bag. Now, there's loads more in this bag that you are going to be getting effectively for free. You've got your tea party waterfall card. So absolutely gorgeous. You've got everything you need to make a waterfall card and full instructions on how to do it. You've got the stamps, you've got the dies, you've got everything that you need. So you're not paying for that. You've got your Just For You stamps, again, not having to pay for those. You've got your 3D, not just regular die toppers, you've got 3D die toppers, die cut toppers, that's the word. You've got your Life Is Tough, but so are you, stamp. There we go. Life is tough. I'm not going to stop there, but so are you. Sounds a whole lot better if I finish it off.
Life's tough.
We've got your Makes You Happy. Do more of what makes you happy stamp. And the final one of those stamps is the greatest thing you can be is yourself. It's that pauses. I'm leaving that pause just in the right time. Now, what we didn't show you earlier, because I've just been handed to them, is you're going to get 100 stickers. You're going to get 100 metres of your pom-poms on ribbon, and look at this, 3 of your aqua tricolour pens as well. That's 9 colours there in your aqua pens. And if you watched our last show, Craig was showing you how to use your aqua pens, and you're going to be able to get loads and loads of fantastic
techniques. Oh, yeah, sorry,
techniques.
aqua pens, sorry, yeah. I'm like, I didn't use it, aqua pens, I did, sorry.
Aqua pens, not these, aqua pens in general. Yeah, you can do the same techniques with these as you
I've been up since 10 to 4 this morning.
I know, it's been a long day. Is your energy drink all gone?
Oh, that's long gone, yeah.
That's
I'm
long
still
gone.
on the cup of tea, yeah. For
We'll
anyone
wake
that
you up later.
didn't know, I didn't leave Scotland till this morning. I came straight to the studio from Scotland, so yeah, that's why.
There you go. Now, if you want all of that, so as we were saying, you're paying for the first 3 things I showed you, and you're getting all the rest effectively for free, £35 today or $45. But your platinum price is as if you're only paying for 2 things, £28 or $30. Don't forget, if you found it, you can get an extra 10% off and 50 bonus points.
Woohoo!
And triple points.
Woohoo!
There we go. And
Woohoo!
a paper pad. And a paper pad. I mean,
That's enough woohoos, isn't it?
I thought we were going to get double woohoo.
Woohoo!
I think there's just so many reasons to get all of that. So many reasons. Now, Craig is going to show us a fantastic demo in 2 minutes using the first item I'm going to show you. But let's just see who has joined us, because I think we've got so many people. We've got Jeff, hello from PA. Pennsylvania, thank you. Just a pregnant pause while my ear just catches up. Samantha says good afternoon. Philip Watson says evening to all viewers. Kathy Green says hi, Corrine and Craig.
Hi.
Eileen says good afternoon, everyone. Suzanne Dawn says good evening, Corrine, Craig, and the 3 hands up shaky. Is that amigos?
I wonder what you were going to say there.
It's a little lady in a purple dress and a wavy hand. And the 3 crafty hands.
The 3 crafty hands.
Probably, I think, you know, that's you in the gallery, Nicola, helping us, keeping us going. And Jake. Yes. Oh, she's
hands.
She's not with us, but yes, I think so. it's poor Nicola, it's day 104 in that really dark room. Yeah. Charlotte Everett says, good evening, all my crafty lovelies from here in Herne Bay. LQM says, good morning from San Jose.
Good morning.
Brenda Monroe says, hello, thanks, Corrine, for directing me to masket tape tutorials. That is awesome stuff. I'm so glad what we showed you yesterday helped, Brenda. Adriana says, good evening everyone from San Antonio, Texas. Swept most of the house, will mop what I swept shortly, going to get rid of the confetti, which will never be completely gone, lol. Was there a wedding?
Maybe.
Was it maybe? Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, maybe just mess.
Or maybe it was crafty confetti. We don't know.
It could be
she
any
says, glad
confetti.
I was off to tidy a little bit, but we'll make time to colour some embossed flowers, hopefully finding a little bit ahead on some birthday cards. Well, that sounds like a perfect day, Adriana. So I'm really glad you can join us. So that's who's with us so far. So keep sending in your messages, send in your pictures, but please, please, please send in your questions and we will answer as many of them as we can. Now, look at this. This is an amazing offer. You would normally pay £136 or $170 for this bundle, but you're going to get this today for £40 or $50. If you're a Platinum member, then you're going to get it for £32 or $40. So I'm going to take these little bits off here. You're going to get the country lace, which is your edgeable die, which is gorgeous. I mean, if you do want it to be lace, then cut it off down the edge of your card and then trim it off. You can have, you know, you've got your gorgeous lace. Do it in all your different craft cards and materials, and you're going to get so many different effects. And it's a repeating die. So we've cut it to about 6 inches long. If you want it even longer, then just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And you're going to have effectively your lace. Now this, I think this must be what Craig's going to show us. He's going to show us our perfect peonies and how to make these. You're going to get all of these dies. He's going to show you out of foam, I'm assuming, but just think of all the other materials you could be using, like your craft card, your metal, your pages of an old book, your fabrics, all of those, they're going to work beautifully. You've got your cut and embossing folder. There we go. So it's going to not only emboss, but cut the aperture and the little open gate. So what is going to be through your gate today? You've got your dusk till dawn, which is your lamps. So they're stamps and dies. So are your perennials in pots. Now you're going to get all of these bits. We're not finished yet. This is what Craig showed us earlier, and this won his demo of the show, our garden gateway. So you've got the stamps for the gate, the scene and the gate surround, and then you can layer them all up. You've got your cottage window. This just keeps going. All of those stamps and dies as well, as is your hanging signs and vines. Just think about what sentiments you're going to be putting onto your sign. Oh, you saw this one earlier, light up the lane. Absolutely gorgeous, and Craig had put little bits of yellow behind there, so it really looked like it was lighting up. This is a really useful one. Your lace frame, all those mats and layers, absolutely beautiful. You can use it portrait or landscape, it's entirely up to you. Really useful swirled butterflies. Again, very nice sizes that are just going to fit into all of your projects. And then your consumable bits that you're going to get is your elegant lace. It'll come in a little spool like that, and there's 2 meters of that lace on there. Beautiful. You've got 1 meter each of your seam binding ribbon. So you've got it in the blue, the green and the red. Then you're going to get, I know it just keeps going, your flower forming foam, and 4 sheets, 4 colours in that, but you've got 16 sheets, so you're going to get 4 of each of those colours. So they are a bit bigger than your A4. And finally, 400 flower stamens. Now that takes longer to say than it is to actually work out how much it is. So all of this is platinum price, £32 or $40. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal price. You can get it even lower by using your 10% code. So that's going to drop it under £30, which is brilliant. Don't forget, triple points and your free gift. Now, if you've got all of this, you might be thinking, I don't know where to start. There's a lot there, 15 different items. That's an awful lot. So Craig's going to show you what you can do with this collection.
I am indeed. So we're actually going to combine a few elements. We're going to use the perfect peony, and we're going to do some flower forming, and we're also going to be using the lace frames as well, because I absolutely love these. You know, anything, nests and dies, mats and layer dies, intricate frames, love to use them. So let's start with our foam, and earlier on today, maybe we'll have a look at it again within Monday Makers, but I'm going to use the MIDI for this one, because we're using some of the pink foam. And what I'm going to do is our dies. Now, the dies that come with it, the perfect peonies, we say that they're flower forming dies, but you can use these for your cardstock, your vellums, you can use it for so many different materials. And same for your wafer thin dies. You can use them to cut your foam as well, no problem at all. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3 of the largest peonies. Now, I have folded over my foam, so each of these flower heads are going to cut 2 layers. This will cut an abundance of layers, easily up to 8 layers, if not more, even on the MIDI. So all that I'm going to do with the MIDI, with it being folder base, I'm just going to line my flowers up. Now at home, you would probably be a little bit more frugal in the way that you use your foam, but I'm just going to run it through as it is. And then with the actual folder, we're just running it through the MIDI, and then that'll have die cut these ones with absolute ease. So if we open this one, we've then got our 2 medium ones, we've also got our 2 larger ones, and then we've also got our 2 small ones. And I tell you what, while we are here, let's go in, let's use this outer frame here. So this is the largest lace frame set. And it's just to show you, it cuts your actual foam like a dream, and then we can go straight into our multi-purpose cardstock and cut that, no problem at all, with the folder too, with it being the MIDI. So let's move that one out the way.
Do you find, Craig, I mean, whilst those dies will cut up to 8 layers, the pressure in our machines is so strong that if you do lots of layers, you sometimes spend longer separating all the layers than it actually takes you to repeat cut them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you know, and I verbalise that quite a lot, saying, you know, it can cut 8 layers, 9 layers, 10 layers. At the most, maybe, Corrine, I'll tend to do maybe 5 layers, because, as exactly as you said, the more layers that you die cut at once, again, that pressure of layers plus the pressure of the Gemini, what can happen is they get compressed at the edges. Now, you can either just take your pokey tool or your tweezers and that, or your just fingers, give them a brush to separate them, or on the edge of your iron, whichever iron you use, just wipe it towards the edge there, and then it kind of separates them. But yeah, if you are cutting multiple layers at once and you're having that issue, then just reduce the layers. for all the time that it takes.
Yeah,
but it's good to know that it is or will be able to cut all these layers, no issue whatsoever. But if we then take our actual die, so it's absolutely cut like a dream that we can see here. And I'm just going to pop a few of these ones out just for a second so that you can see. We'll pop the rest out later, because what I'm going to do is let's just slot that one back in for a second. And it's actually this inner oval that I want. And I'm going to use the die as a bit of a stencil.
Yeah.
So let's go in with our pink tulip. And then I'm just going to ink up my ink pad. Now, I know I cover what I'm away to say quite often, but what I'm going to do, just for a perfect, thank you for that front view there, because I think you did read my mind, Nicola. What I like to do is, you can see how, if I'm trying to ink up my blending tool, you can see how I can be chasing it about. So what I like to do is I like to hold it just up against my glass mat. So as I pull my ink pad, it's not moving about.
I've never seen that tip before.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll have all my ink pads that I'm using lined up with the blending tool, and it just means, like I say, you know, you can keep dabbing like that, but really you want to give a good application of ink, whereas you're just chasing it around your glass mat. So having it up against that edge, it just means as you pull down, you've got that little bit of movement, but it's not flowing all over the place.
Do you know what? If I had a bell, I'd ring that bell for you for your top tip
Really?
today. I would. We need a bell. We need a bell sound effect.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding.
There we go.
I can make my own bell sound.
Dieta says, do most dies and embossing folders go through the MIDI, Craig?
So, as long as they are your silver wafer-thin dies, and that they are smaller than your 5x7 size.
Yeah.
So, or, you know, I say 5x7, as long as it is 6x9.
6x9.
Yeah, and even then, as long as it's smaller than the 6 inches width, it can be longer. All that you're just going to do is die cut so far, turn it around and feed it through. But yeah, as long as it's your, what we class as our silver wafer thin dies, then yeah, our brands, any other brands, no problem at all.
And then with the embossing folders, 2D we use a shim, 3D use it without a shim, so no problem.
No problem at all.
Problem. And our Nicola's telling me that you can actually search on our website, you can filter by which machine they will go through, so that's even better.
That is good, isn't it?
She figured it out last night, apparently.
It's handy having that option. So it's fair enough just going through the website or that, having a look and looking at the sizes of them, but to be able to do that by category when it comes to the MIDI, game changer.
It certainly is.
So
I love it, the difference it makes when you use your die brush through a die on that black sponge.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing it, you know, randomly.
And a question that I've been asked quite often, actually I'm just going to cover it just while I'm using my die brush. Let's just take that last bit out. The replacement heads. Sometimes, because some people think that you wait until they've all fallen out and that's when you replace it, which isn't the case. In actual fact, you don't really want them to fall out, and the chance of that happening are slim. But if you find you've got a full head there, but it's not poking all the bits out, it's because it's curled in on itself.
You've pressed them in.
So if you find that's happening, just have a look, and if you've noticed it's curled on itself, that just means there's nowhere to actually push the die cut pieces out. So that's when you're going to replace it. You're just going to open it up at the side and then pop the new one in. So just because it is not popping out, you know, you just need to go in and replace it.
And that line, in a bit when you've finished, I'll show that everybody our intricate die cutting bundle. So it's a selection of bits that will be really useful for that.
Excellent. Yeah, really, really handy bundle to have. Right, this is just my craft iron that I've had for so many years. It's not one that is out there to purchase anymore, but you can use a home iron, a craft iron if you've got, a travel iron if you want to. Any of those sorts of irons will absolutely do the job. You can get them so inexpensively now. So I know it's a question I'll get asked, if not once, a couple of times tonight, saying, where did you get your iron?
I've got the exact same.
You've got the same one as well.
Yeah, I've still got the handle.
Won't show you the handle because that's just teasing you, but yeah, mine has a handle as well, but I'm just laying mine flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with our sponge mat and a couple of ball tools. I'm sure they'll be on the website as well that you can check out. And with these ones, what I love is these are very, very simple to create. Now, you can add shape to them, you know, you can start to bend and manipulate them. But if you want something really substantial, these perfect peonies, these are such a delight to actually get creative with, because you don't have to do much whatsoever. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this large one. What I am going to do, it's not often that I use tweezers, but I'm going to use them for this one. Where's my other ones? Here we go. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go straight on there, and then I'm just going to use my ball tool, and then I'm just going to flick to the side. And with these ones, all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to press. So I'm not doing anything else other than just pressing into my foam mat. At this point, you could, if you want to, start to bend them and shape them and manipulate them. You can crunch them up if you want to, but I'm just going to leave them as they are. And then I'm just going to do the same with this next one.
You just had your ball tool in there till it had gone cold, really, hadn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and with these ball tools as well, they do, it's a special metal that's inside that Laird was saying when we first launched these, and it retains the heat that a little bit longer, so it enables you to shape them a little bit longer as well, because sometimes you can get them that, because they're metal, they're cold really, really quickly. Which, yes, you want that element, but on the other hand, you don't want to form them on your heat surface, put them straight on. As soon as you hit the ball tool with them, then they are very hard to shape. So all that I'm doing again is I'm just going straight on, I'm just flicking on with my actual ball tool. You can use your tweezers if you want to, but for me, for something like this, the quickest, the rustic way, they look absolutely fab. And it's a nice way just to show that you can be exactly that, quick and rustic, and you get a really, really fab look. So let's just flick that one over.
Oh, Nicola's saying, what flower is this? This is the perfect peony, Nicola. Peony, yes. You know, you said about finding the iron cheaply. Wendy Myers says she found her travel iron at the thrift store for $3. $3.
$3.
There, perfect. Sponge ball Craig pants is what Zoe says.
Sponge ball Craig pants. Oh,
there you go.
That's a new one.
What's come through?
That's a new one.
Yeah. Sponge ball Craig pants.
Don't want that one to catch on.
That's even more reason for it to catch on.
To catch on, yeah. Don't let Ben hear you say that. That's going to be in his Friday wrap-up. Wait, you see. Wait, you see.
Sponge ball Craig pants.
Or he'll incorporate it into another song.
There we go. A new song. There we go. So many people joining, and I'll go through all of those when we get to the end of Craig making his flowers. Because I've also had an update from Adriana about the confetti. And it's not what you think.
Oh, it's not, is it not? Okay, I'm intrigued now. I can't wait. What I'll do is I'll just go over this bit that I'm doing here. What I've already done is I've taken some of those stamens that you've got, because you've got 400 stamens, but really most of the time what you're going to be doing is for instance here I've got 6, but in actual fact I'm only using 3 stamens because I've bent them over themselves, so you're not actually going to be using a lot at one time. They're going to last you a long time. And this is just very, very, very fine jewellery wire that I've just twisted all the way round. And at this point, there's a number of ways that you can use and you can start to form them. I have got my hot glue to the side just here. What you can do, in between each layer, you can put a dab of hot glue. Our Bianca that does some of our finished samples for packaging and that, she's absolutely incredible at the flower forming that she does. And she'll tend to put a little bit of hot glue in between each layer.
Yeah, and I think I usually would.
To do that, and it keeps the petals really quite close together, which is an option if you want to. I'm just going to leave it unglued in between each layer, because what I will end up doing is at the very end, as I form the last petal, what I'm just doing is I'm just going to add the bit of glue at the end, but at this point I'm just having the petals so they're offset each time. So every time I add a petal, I'm just offsetting it. And then this one again, I'm just going to go in, and don't be scared to manhandle them. once you have heated them up and they've set, what you're going to find is they're so robust. That's why they're good for home decor, frames, you know, little girls' hair bands. But then we're going to go in, I think that's my next medium one. And again, just going in each one, and I'm just pulling the petals in. You can even see on that one there how it's starting to come together. Just going to twist each of these ones.
Foam flowers and floated them on a bowl of water as a table decoration?
I've not, no.
It looks lovely, does that?
I have seen pictures. I think our Bianca maybe done it, or was it our Nicole Bretherick that done it? I'm sure someone on the team has done it and posted a picture.
It's so light, it floats.
And it just floats, yeah. That's a good idea for a wee centrepiece or that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice idea.
So pretty.
Might have to look to do that. But then that's all that I'm going to do with that floral. So keeping it very simple when it comes to the formation of that flower. And then at this point, of course, if you've got a bit of glue behind each petal, you know it's going to be held together. But at the moment, what I'm going to do is open it up. So I'm just pinching with my fingers. I've gone in, taken my pokey tool out, and then that jewellery wire that I've created that little thread on, I'm just going to pull that through. And then at this point, what you can then do is you can decide, do you want the actual stamens to be quite proud within the middle? Do you want them to be pulled in so that you're just seeing them peeping through and no more? And at this point, Corrine, this is when I'll go in and add a bit of hot glue to the back, around the base of the stamen, and then that's all that I do. I let that dry, snip it off, and then we've got our little flower, our little peony flower.
I always say the least glue you can use, the better. And so you've really shown us how to keep the glue to an absolute minimum, which is perfect.
Yeah, that tiny little. Because what you have to keep in mind as well is if you do add too much hot glue to the base there, your hot glue's hot and it's heat activated foam. So in actual fact, what you could end up doing is actually opening the petals in reverse because of that heat. So that's my flower there. All that I'm going to do with these ones is I've got this layer, and then using these additional layers here with my MIDI, I'm just going to die cut these through some of these deep navy cardstock and pattern paper.
Oh, they are lovely. Right, so, Wendy says she wasn't able to use the stamens as her arm is busted. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I use pearls, they look incredible. Yes, you can put all sorts in the centre. You can put a little bit of hot glue and sprinkle on some glitter. You know, you can use your pearls, you could use buttons, use the stamens, as we said. We had the flower,
not pollen.
Yeah, like the polleny bits that come out in the middle, yes. We did those in one of our collections. You could put those. So many things. So, yes, Wendy, I bet the pearl looked beautiful. Pretty Flower says, Gilmore, I love the colour of the flower, said Adriana. Now, what have we got? That's everyone going through there. Let you finish doing what you're doing, but I just want to show you the ones, the comments that were relevant.
The other thing that you can do is if you want to use the stamens, but you're not keen on using them in the way that I've just shown you, exactly the same way as what Corrine was saying a moment ago with maybe glitters or that, you can actually just chop bunches of them off at the tips. Now, okay, they're chunkier, but still you can then just sprinkle them in the middle. Or, if you really don't want to use them for the centre of flowers, chop them off and use them as shaker elements in the middle of your cards or projects. Because not everyone are keen on using stamens within their flowers. But with this one, what I've done is I've gone in with that central die. Oh, here we go, right in front of me. Because what I'm going to do with that same die, I'm just going to go in and I want a precise oval for the middle. So I'm just going to go in with my pencil into that centre oval, and then what I'm doing is I'm maximising the shapes that are already in the actual dies. So I'm using the aperture. Let me go to my smaller ones because I prefer these.
A lot of dies you can actually draw around the outer or the inner and get an extra effective die cut.
Can't you? Yeah.
Lovely. Samantha Cheney says, Craig, does the all-purpose glue work on flowers?
So I only ever use hot glue. I know Debbie Robinson, Debbie Fisher, they would, I'm not sure about yourself, would always recommend hot glue because your wet glue, so to speak, it has to have time to dry. and you want that more that instant dryness when it comes to the flowers for them to form together. I don't know if you're the same.
I'd say exactly the same. Hot glue. If I wanted to attach that to my project, your tacky glue would work brilliantly because it will hold it. But to actually form the flowers, 100% hot glue all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, no, they're
you definitely need it.
the
Otherwise,
same.
they start to open out and they move before the glue's dry, don't they? Yeah, they don't stay where you need them to.
But yeah, and equally, as you said, yeah, if I was to attach that to something, in actual fact, like you'll see just shortly, I would use my glue gel to attach it to my project. So yeah, we're kind of all the same on that one. And then I'm gone in, the papers in the card were from the original collection, but as we've talked about before, you think of the incredible paper pads that we've had since Floribunda. You know, we've got our plaid that are officially launching tomorrow. Faye just continuously excels herself when it comes to the paper pads. You know, don't get me wrong, the whole product development team on everything that they come out with, but Faye in our paper pads really does excel herself, and I know that we've got some more cracking ones coming out throughout this year, so it's certainly ones to keep an eye on. But yeah, any of your other paper pads that you've got, you'll be able to do what we're doing here. And these are always they're kind of like guided inspiration, aren't they? You know, you can then cherry pick. You know, you might like this die, but you might want to use your interlace frames instead, and then pull them all together. You might not be keen on doing the flower forming foam, but you might want to create paper or card flowers using these to go on instead. So it's just taking snippets. You can replicate everything that we do down to its absolute T if you want to, or you can just cherry pick, change sections. We don't mind. All that we would say is please feel free to share them on social media and tag us, because we'll love to see.
We do.
You know, you don't have to tag us, but we like it when you do, because we will love to see what you make. And then what I'm going to do on this one, Corrine, is I'm still going to use my foam pads because that's what I love. Now I've gone in here and I've inked this up. Now that's not wet as though the ink's been transferred to my hand, but it stayed open. So it's staying tacky, it's staying damp, so to speak. So if I put my foam pad straight onto there, the chances are they're going to fall off. Now two things that you can do, either just go straight in with your chunky glue, your glue gel, or if you're like me and you still want to use your foam pads, just pop some tacky glue on the foam pad.
Never thought of that at all. So
the foam pad will still give you that instant grab, and then your tacky glue, it'll dry into the foam, plus it'll dry into the water reactive layer underneath. So that's going to give you that strong bond. And then this layer I've already cut from that same die set. Smile is from Dancing Dragonflies, which can go into there. There's the one that we've just done, which I just need to snip off there. There is a medium, there's a small, and then from the leaves from the flower, what I've already done, I'll not die cut these ones because it's just simply running them through the same way. And then I just like to bend them, not quite in half, but just add that bit of shape. And then as you were saying before, Corrine, I like to go in and I'll use my flower forming foam flowers with my glue gel. So I'm going to go in to the largest one down here, and then at least with the glue gel, if I want to move them about or rejig them about, I can do that. Whereas the hot glue at this point would be instant. So that can go into here. And then what I'm going to do, using the remaining glue that's still underneath that foam, what I'm going to do is tuck that one in, do 3. I always like so many 3s or 5s or 7s or 9s into here. 1, 3 and 5s for all things crafting and gardening. Definitely. There you go. It works. And then there we go. That is beautiful. There we go. So pretty. So I'll hold that for a moment, not too long, because the flowers may just drop off. But there we go. using your country lane. And then those other ones, the medium and the small, what I've just done is I formed them in the same way I'd done the large one, except what I'd done, so that large one I used 2 large, 2 medium and 2 small. That medium one, what I've done is I used 2 medium, 2 small, and 2 extra small. So I've just come down in the size layers when it comes to that. It's 5 by 7. You would need a box or an envelope, which I know Corrine will show you later on in the show. Might have something. It's just a lovely, lovely set. A really lovely set at a credible price.
It really is, yes. The price, all the details are there on the screen. Yours today, £40 or $50, unless you're in Club Inspire, and then you're going to get it for £32 or $40. And don't forget, if you get your 10% code added in, you're going to get an extra 10% off that as well. So that is brilliant. So quick bit of mentions. I'm trying to remember where I got up. So Gilmore has said hello to us all. Lisa says hello from New Jersey. Hope you had a happy Easter. We certainly did. Faye Park said good evening, Craig and Corrine from Rainham in Kent. Good evening. Lillian Quat says, hi, everyone. Hello, Corrine and Craig. Hello from Kentucky, says Karen. Tracy says, hello, Corrine, Craig and social team. Now, Adriana says, Corrine, we save eggshells, dye them, fill them with confetti, cover with tissue and crack them on people's heads on Easter. Our city has an almost 2-week-long fiesta and cascarones are used too. I don't know what a cascarone is. So there we go. So it's part of a 2-week fiesta. Eggshells filled with confetti.
Oh, we've got Liam in the gallery tomorrow. I so want to do that with Liam and Ben tomorrow.
There you go.
I wouldn't do that to you, Nicola.
You wouldn't do, yeah.
And you're running the ship tomorrow, so.
Yeah, he's going to be nice to you. He's going to
I'm
be nice. That sounds really good. So now we know why you've got confetti, and everybody here now wants to go and hard-boil some eggs to make some eggshells.
Yeah.
And crack them over people's heads. So that's great. Zoe Garber says, evening everyone from a very wet and windy West Sussex. Yes, it's not been very nice here too. Mary Beth Doyle says, hi everyone, joining from Minnesota, just getting lunch ready so I can watch. We've all just eaten our tea. We've all just eaten tea. Now, quick question for you, Ray. So I'll let you interpret how you see this. Jeff says, can I use alcohol markers with water-based ink pads?
No. No, because what they'll do is they'll start to blend together. Or bleed together. That's why, we'll always say when it comes to your alcohol pens, you must use your alcohol-proof ink pad, and then vice versa. So anything water-based, you'll need to use your water-based ink pad. I know Debbie Robinson does a credible demonstration every now and again when she has a masterclass or that about alcohol or water-based, and she'll actually show you, she'll stamp an image with an alcohol-proof ink pad, and then she'll pour water on it, and you just start to see it bleed out. So yes, you do need to use the actual ink pad for the job.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. We've got Carol Byrne says, hello, Corrine, Craig, and behind the scenes crew from Dublin in Ireland. Yep, there we go. And then we've got Rhonda says, good afternoon, Corrine, Craig, CCTV, crew, Team Social, and all those crafty peeps around the world chatting and crafting today. And she's from Chicago, in a place called Oak Park. There you go. Gilmore says, I like it when Craig says, swirly twirly, squirrely, pearly ball tools. Is that something you say?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Or is it just all those words? She's just said all the words that you like. She likes to. That's not a saying.
Swirly curly.
Swirly twirly.
Swirly twirly.
Squirrely.
Squirrely.
Pearly.
Pearly.
Ball tools.
Ball tools.
There you go.
There you go.
You passed that one. Yeah, there we go.
Now try typing that in the search engine on our website to find the ball tools.
No, you won't find them. You won't find them there. She also says pretty flowers. Adriana says love the colour of the flower. Oh, Wendy says as well as putting pearls in the middle, she puts the glitter pastes in. That looked
good
pretty,
idea,
wouldn't it? Yes. Kirsty D says, my nieces have asked me to do some more flower making with them. They love doing them. Rhonda says, watching and listening, but really need to continue to work on the baby album. Can't wait until it's out of my hair. I think that's the baby album, not the baby, I think. Sometimes I read these read these a little bit literally. I think it's the album. I'm sorry, I jest there, but I'm sure it is the album. Yeah, sometimes you can overthink these things. And
you can, absolutely.
You will really enjoy making it, Rhonda, when you actually have a chance to do it. Gorgeous, says Adriana. Cleo says, what is the best ink to use in embossing folders to apply colour to my paper? Opaque pigment ink or water reactive, and will either of them stain my embossing folder permanently?
That's a good question. Really, you can use either or. You can use either or. I use, so when it comes to the two ink pads there, so when you're doing the letterpress technique with your embossing folders, because you can either use the water reactive, which we've got, so either water reactive or pigment. So of course the water reactive, we can do all the different techniques when it comes to it being water based. The pigment ink pad, that's the one that stays sticky longer, so you can go over with your embossing powders. So you can use either or. What I would say, when I use my pigment, I use that one because I pour embossing powder over the top. So I'll ink my folder up with my pigment ink pad, pop my cardstock in, and then run it through my Gemini. Yeah. And then therefore the ink that is on that embossed design of the folder is then pressed through, letterpress onto the card. Then I'll sprinkle embossing powder on and melt it. If I am only wanting the colour, no embossing powders, no nothing like that, I'll always just go for my water reactive. Yes, depending on the colour, not so much with these. It's really on something such as a quick dry and a stamp. However, what I would just say any of these, not water reactive, this won't stay in a folder. Let's just say, for argument's sake, a pigment one was to stay in your folder. It won't, but if it did, it's not going to affect any future embossing whatsoever. All you need to do is make sure that all that excess colour is off your folder, and then you can then start using it time and time again. The crispness of white cardstock, it's not going to transfer whatsoever. That really only happens with a quick dry, which you wouldn't tend to use for a letterpress technique when it comes to the folder. That would happen with a stamp, which may stain your stamp, but it doesn't affect any future stamping. So either one of them, any of them.
That was a lovely, lovely, comprehensive answer. Thank you so much. So yeah, use which ones you want, and don't worry about the staining, because it will only be on the plastic and won't transfer. So that's really helpful. Beth Verlone says, hello again, crafty friends. Blender Blacker says, hello, I'm sorry I am late. Could you please tell me what is in the mystery bag? We're going to do that in a few minutes. Just give us a few minutes and we'll come back round to that one. Another beautiful card says, Lynn, and Joanne says, enjoying watching all the creativity, watching from central Minnesota, waiting for the snow to finally melt. Wow, I bet you are. I wouldn't want that to do. Now, I did tease a bit about our intricate die cutting toolkit. This is that kit. So instead of being $17.95, for $14.99, you are going to get your die brush and mat. You saw Craig use the mat. Put your die cut on top of there and then roll it through it, and all the bits will come out. And as he mentioned, sometimes the heads do get a little bit bent, especially if you've been cleaning out your dies, you know, when bits get caught in the metal. So we're going to give you a pack of refills. So you've got 3 refills in there, so that's going to last you ages. We're going to give you a pack of the glue applicators, set of our tweezers, really useful. You've got your squeezy tweezers, you've got the ones that are brilliant for picking up gems, you've got your regular tweezers and your scoopy tweezers there, and 2 pokey tools. All of that $14.99 or $24.99, but platinum $11.99 or $19.99. So that's brilliant. So if you are wanting some of the little bits that you've seen Craig using, whether it's the applicators for the glue or the die brush, then make sure you pop that one in your basket. Now, we have got one picture just to show you. Barbara has sent us her crafty mate after watching Michelle's craft along. I love that. So, she's got a couple for us. Oh, she's done a few following on for the craft along. This is the this is the first one she's done so far. She's got 3 to do. Absolutely love it. I love that she swapped Michelle's white card out for the pink card, which works really well. That is beautiful, Barbara.
Yeah.
Oh, and using the Easter box. I think I've seen those Easter egg papers on there, so that is lovely.
Isn't that a prime example of what our craft alongs are all about? If you want to make exactly what we do, you can absolutely do that, but then you can follow along and you can use your own collections at home if you want to. That's what we love.
That's what we want to see, isn't it? Brilliant. Right, now we're just going to give you a little bit of a video so that you can check out, remembering you've got triple points, your 10%, your free gift, all of those reasons to shop today. And here's a little bit about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
Feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Redican. My presenter journey started in a little bit of an unusual way, to be honest. I was working as a manager for a charity. One of the aspects of that job role is something that we call live presenting. Decided I wanted a little bit of a career change, and my favourite aspect of the job is what we called live presenting. Typed it into a search engine. I saw a presenting job pop up, something I'd never thought about doing before. But because one of my friends absolutely loves going to things like auditions, she suggested just go for it. As a presenter, it's really our job to be the connection. I think the reason that a lot of our fabulous Crafters Companions viewers enjoy watching us is because we are live. What else am I passionate about? Goodness, so many things. I'm a really passionate person about everything, pets and animals. So I'm currently at university studying for my master's in journalism, so I'm really passionate about that also. I think the thing that makes Crafters TV so special, and this isn't the most original idea, but it is an honest answer, is the people. I have a list of presenting fails. I do stuff all the time. I'm so clumsy. I like to call it spatially unaware.
And welcome back. We were all just loving watching that, listening to Rebecca. Wasn't that lovely? Gilmore really appreciated Craig saying all those words. Now, Rhonda wasn't offended by me misreading her question. She thinks that's really funny. That made me laugh out loud, she said. It's not the baby she's waiting to get out of her hair, it's the album. So there we go. I'm glad she took it in the manner it was meant. Lynn Blackledge says, I'm late. I've been spending time with the family making memories. Please do not apologise, Lynn. That is so wonderful. We're so happy for you. Dieta says, it's chilly here today, but beautiful yesterday. That seems to be what it's been like with all of us, Dieta. I think we had a lovely day yesterday and certainly not today. Not today. I think it's going to be wet tomorrow. So I've been racking my brains. What can I do with 2 4-year-olds tomorrow in the rain? Because I've got my grandsons coming.
That's what Nicola's saying about tomorrow with me and Ben.
What can I do with 4
What can I do with a pair of 4-year-olds all day tomorrow?
What can I do with a pair of male presenters for a whole day? Yeah, we're going to the soft play. Do you want to come along too?
Oh my gosh, we would love that.
Can you imagine if we had the whole place out just for us?
That would.
Because I go round, it's big enough. It's a big enough one for adults to go on.
Yeah, because the places do that, don't they? Yeah. You know, they have adult nights or something like that. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, that would be so good. Crafters Companion adult night.
That could be our summer party next year. This year.
There you go.
Yes.
This year, yeah.
There we go. No pokey tools allowed.
No ball tools.
There you go. Right, now, I was asked a few minutes ago, Brenda, there we go, what was in the mystery bag. So we're going to go through this very quickly. You've got over £100 worth of value in here, and you're going to be, you're only going to pay £35 or $45. And this is what you would get if you were paying your £35. You're going to get your paper pads. It's a mixture of linen cardstock and pearlescent. Look at this, pink, purple, mint and yellow. 24 sheets there, 250 GSM, absolutely brilliant. You'll be paying for that. You'll be paying for your gift bag making set. So this is all these lovely bags, all die cut, pre-scored, so you've just got to fold them, glue them, and you're going to get your tags as well at the back. Oh, if I can find them, there they are, ready to go. So that's going to be your lovely bags. Now they are, does it say? Oh, 180 GSM. Lovely. We were saying earlier, wouldn't they be great? Put your balloon weights in, or put them as little name places on a table setting, or fill them up with a little favours at a table setting. I think those would be lovely. And then finally, to make up your £35, it's your Forever Blessed. May you be forever blessed stamp. So that would be your £35. So that's what you're paying for. And then you're going to get all of this effectively for free. Your waterfall card, so you get all the mechanism and the instructions. You're going to get your Just For You stamp. Well, lots of Just For You stamps. I'm going to get all the rest of these out in here. You're going to get your 2 sheets of your die-cut 3D die-cut toppers. You're going to get Life Is Tough But So Are You stamp. These are your chalkboard stamps. They look lovely. I'll tell you what would look really nice. Stamp these on white watercolour card in white, and then do a watercolour wash background with the aqua pens that are always also in the bag. Do a resist technique. You've got everything you need. You've got your stamp, you've got your pens. That would be brilliant. Makes you happy. Do more of what makes you happy stamp. And the greatest thing you can be is yourself. So those are your chalkboard stamps. You're also going to get, oh, there we go. You're going to get your pom-pom trim, a metre of your pom-pom trim, and 100 of your stickers. I think I've covered everything. But remember, if you are buying this today, every purchase you make today, you're going to get triple points and 50 bonus points and a free paper pad, and you can reduce that price from £28 or $36 by 10% if you put your 10% code in. So win-win. This is amazing, amazing value, and you're going to get all of that. And just think of all the different things with the cardstock, the stamps, waterfall dies, the bag die, all of it. It's all in there ready for you to go. That's a phenomenal value, and that is our Easter mystery bag. Right, the next one I'm going to do is this cardstock, isn't it? Yes, says Nicola. There we go. There we go. Oh, Alison Lee says, Craig, you and Ben should go to Ninja Warrior. That would be good.
That would be good.
That would be good.
That would be really good.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know if I'd get past the first set of rings, but...
I think Jenny's a bit concerned about how quickly you'd end up in A&E.
Yeah,
and she would be stuck without any presenters. Yeah, no presenters.
Now, the gladiator games, that I would love to do. Yeah. Like the wall and, you know, tightrope and all that sort of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just picturing the costumes, but there we go. There we go, that's another one right now. And I think this was Monday's special Easter deal. So what you're going to get here is your Score Master. This is your Score Master scoreboard. So this is perfect for A4 card. I'm going to show you how big this one is. So your A4 card is going to fit brilliant on there. Inches on one side, centimetres on the other. You're getting your scoreboard, score tool included. You've got perfect for making your boxes because your lids do one side, your bases do the other. Everything's on there. You can go right down to 1/8 of an inch. There you go, Nicola, 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, can't do 16ths on that one, but you can do 1/8. There we go. Maybe the next one should do 16ths, yeah, but that'd be good. Then we're going to give you cardstock. This is our luxury cardstock. You're going to get 120 sheets. You're going to get 10 sheets of your encapsulated green glitter, your green mirri and your green matte mirri. Don't forget these extra little pieces as well. That's in the green. You're going to get the same configuration in the gold, glitter, mirri, matte mirri, and in the silver. These are your true silver ones. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's a true silver because there's one that's blue that gives you a bit of a blue hint. And then this one, which is your purple pack. And again, glitter, mirri, matte mirri. 120 sheets along with your Scoremaster today for £35 or $45, which again comes down to £28 or $36 if you are a Platinum member. But again, you can get your triple points on that, 10% discount and your free gift as well. So lots of reasons to put those in. You won't regret that with that one.
Definitely not. Love that one.
I thought you were about to say something there.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
You like that one, do you?
That was actually the deal I was referring to in Masterclass when it said I'd seen the newsletter that came out with the luxury cardstock. That was it.
The cardstock, was it? Mm-hmm. There we go. There we go. Lynn says, when buying cardstock, how do I know what kind of card it is? Since some is coated, some is linen, etc. Can someone advise, please? I think we tell you what it is. So when we're saying like this, we're telling you this is luxury cardstock with the glitter card, the mirri and the matte mirri. If you're buying it off the website, just pop down a little bit further into the description, and in the description it'll break down what's in each one. So it'll tell you this has got mirri card in, linen card. Usually when you go into the description, it'll tell you. But if we're showing them on air, I think we usually voice whether it's a linen card, a pearlescent card, or your mirrors or what have you. So I hope, Lynn, that answers that one. But we usually says, our white cardstock, like multi-purpose, has no coating on it. So then it's all about knowing which one to get, isn't it?
It is.
We say all the time, again, I know recently, Michelle, I think, didn't she do a cardstock masterclass? Like school, like the glue school, paper school. Someone did.
I'm not sure.
Someone did recently on one of our shows, a show all about the different papers and cardstocks. So if you go onto YouTube and find our page there, Lynn, you'll be able to call up that. So look up Paper School or something like that it will be called, or Paper Masterclass, and see if you can find it in there. Someone, and I'm talking about in the last 6 weeks, has definitely done a whole show about what you use each cardstock for. So go and have a look at that. Zoe Carver now has a picture of Ben and Craig in lycra gladiator suits. So there you go.
No. What I would say on that one, Corrine, with the cardstock, very quickly, because as Corrine says, you could go back onto our YouTube and have a look. Nina cardstock, alcohol colouring, watercolour card, water-based colouring, and then your white multi-purpose, use it for cutting, card blanks, embossing, foiling, all these different multi-purpose uses. That is then the 3 main ways, and then as Corrine was saying, you get loads more across on our YouTube channel.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us, Craig. That is brilliant. Now, I'm going to show you our next deal that we've got. So Craig is going to do us a lovely, lovely demonstration with these to go with the one that he did earlier. And this is our shaker die bundle. Now, there are 2 shaker die bundles on the website. So just make sure you pick the one that you want. This one has got the extra die for the to cut out the sequin element. So it's going to cut out the lovely heart-shaped sequined elements. The other bundle is just the shaker dies on their own. So have a look and so when you shop the day, you might come across both of them. So make sure you pick up the right one. So that's your shaker element. So sure Craig will show us that. It's going to cut out all the sequins. And you need something to put them in. So how about making a cheers for you? So your gorgeous mason jar shaker die, shaker card. So you've got this here. So you can make them as standalone cards, or you can pop those onto the front of your cards as well. You've got tags. Look at this. You've got the stamps to do your straw, your ice cube, all your extra bits. I love the hearts, the little lemon slices, everything that you might need on there. That's cheers for you. Eau de Parfum is our atomizer, and this makes the most beautiful atomizers, especially when you start stamping and die cutting these bits out and colouring them in. They look really beautiful. You've got your Born to Bloom, which is our flower, and we've made all of these sections wide enough that you can get the foam tape in between each of those. So you could go just round the outside and then the sequins would go in between each of the flowers. But if you want them like we've done here to separate them, then you can, separate each compartment off. You've got the leaves, you've got the centre, you've got the sentiment. We're still giving you all of the shaker elements that you might need. And finally, if I can get that the right way up, we've got our Hello Beautiful, which is our gorgeous butterfly. Still got our banner. And again, you can separate them off. You can be using these as standalone if you wanted to. Cut them into your card, cut them out of your card. It's entirely up to you. And all of those lovely sentiments too. £33 or $45, which is just less than half price, but your platinum price is £26.40 or $36. So a really, really good deal for all of that. When you look at how much metal, how many stamps you get, that is phenomenal value. And Craig's got some samples, and then he's going to make us a gorgeous shaker card, I believe.
Indeed, yeah. We're going to use the cheers to you, and we'll do that just in a second. But yeah, lots of ways in which you can use these, because you can actually use these so that it is, so if I show you the butterfly form, you can actually use it that it's a separate shaker element, so an actual separate shaker card if you want to, or you can do it so it's cut into your cardstock, so it's cut into your card blanks. You can then start to team them together, so actually die cut it out, but then layer on top of your card blanks if you want to. Use it with an easel. Then there is your kind of like your mason jar there, but it could be your cocktail jar, could be any of your favourite ones, going in with your bright cardstocks, keeping the background simple, but letting the actual shaker element do the shaking. So you can see, let's just get these ones going. Now this is a lovely set to also get your hands on that luxury cardstock that Corrine was showing you as well, certainly for the shaker element. So you've got your jar again, there is your little perfume bottle. What little girl wouldn't love that one, with the little shaker elements in it. You've got the butterfly. So this is actually a good one to show you that one again. So that's it separately, but then that is separate on front of a card, and then that's it just been made into a concept card that you can see here. So you can be using the dies in so many ways. You don't have to use them in that shaker form, but of course we are going to be doing that. So what I'm going to do to start with is I've got my own card blank here. Now it's no specific size other than it's big enough for me to fit my actual outline jar on. So what I'm going to do with this one here is I'm going to get my low tack tape, and for this we're actually going to create our card blank using this die. So there is the hinge to my card blank on the left hand side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this one over because the whole lot cuts out, but of course I want to create my hinge. So I'm going to come right to the side there, and I'm just going to come over the edge of my card blank. So the actual die edge is just over the edge and no more. That then means all of this will then cut out, and then all of that side will stay in place. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to pop that onto my MIDI folder, and this is 2 layers of multi-purpose cardstock that I've got here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run that one through. Let's move that out the way. So I've been able to create my own card blank, and that's gone through, well, essentially 600 GSM.
Wow.
Absolute ease, no problem at all. And then that is with the MIDI. So there is our little mason jar, cocktail jar, it could be a preserve jar, whatever you want to theme it as. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a piece of pattern paper that I've got here. And this one is, off the top of my head, I've taken this one from Letters from the Heart, which was a mini Sara Signature collection just over a year ago or so. And this one, what I am going to do is I'm going to cut the whole lot out. Now, because I can put the pressure of the folder, I'm not going to use my low tack tape because you can see I'm gripping it with my fingers. But then you can, if you want to, use the low tack tape. That's what it's there for. So let's then run that one through. And then that's going to give us what is going to be the top of my jar. However, because we've cut out the whole lot, that means that we're then going to get that full jar effect. You can see that you're not even going to miss that we've not got the actual edge to the jar. So what we can then do, sticking with this one, we want to create our shaker element. So I'm going to go in with some of this kind of minty blue cardstock. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our low tack tape for this one. Earlier on this morning in Wake Up Call, when we kind of done that mini Gemini plate masterclass, what you could do is we talked about how we cut into the card. We talked about how you can use the magnetic shim from your electric die cutting machines as a way to line up your dies. So whichever way you like to use them, you can absolutely do that, but of course I'm cutting into my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my dies together. I am safe in the knowledge that they're stuck well down, that they're not going to jump. And what I mean by jump is they're going to cross over as they go through the Gemini, and then you're going to damage your dies.
That's basically the only way you can damage your die, isn't it?
It is.
They are quite robust.
Very, very robust.
The pressure of a die cutting machine, if they overlap, is probably the only way they will damage.
So the way to avoid that is just make sure that they are secured down nicely. They're not going to move or budge. And what I mean by that is I mean the actual dies themselves. And then you're going to be safe in the knowledge that once you run them through, whether it's line up my cardstock there, whether it is the MIDI, whether it is your electric die cutting machine, you're going to be fine. Alternatively, you can do them separately if you want. So there is that one. We've now got our inner aperture.
Ah, that
and
looks
then
lovely.
All that I've done is exactly the same, Corrine, within the craft card.
Yeah.
So nothing different, just exactly the same. I don't need to show you that one again. And we can run and move that one through. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the acetate that I know you're going to be showing just shortly. And what I'm going to do for this one here is it's got a protective backing over the top. So I'm going to go and take that one off. Now with my craft card, I'm going to use my low tack tape. No, I'm not. I'm going to use my red liner tape.
Yeah.
Just to go around the edge. Yeah, your low tack tape will not do the job for this. You definitely need your red liner tape. Or, you can still use your tacky glue. I think it's kind of...
tacky glue, you'd need to give it a while to dry.
You need to give it a while, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people think that because your tacky glue is a non-porous surface, you can't use your wet glue on. You can, although, as you just said there, you do need to let that dry for quite a wee while. So for me, best thing then, next option is going to be your red liner tape. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do the opposite as to what I've done within Wake Up Call, and that is with the acetate, you know, within Wake Up Call that I used the butterfly, and I used the butterfly die also to die cut the acetate.
You did, yes.
This time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the acetate straight over the top and then show you how easy it is just to freehand cut.
Oh yeah.
So I talked about that in Wake Up Call, but I didn't do it. So at least between Wake Up Call and Monday Makers, I'll have shown you the two different ways in which you can then cut the acetate.
Thank you.
So all that I need to do is take that back and off there, and then I'm just going to go in. Now to make it easier for myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my acetate just to the side, just to the bottom of the jar, and then it just means that I don't have to worry about cutting top and side. And then all that I need to do at this point, let's go in with a darker surface, maybe we can just see it a wee bit more, just round the corner here. So what I'm doing is I'm actually got my scissors at an angle, and I'm actually just cutting in, Corrine, so I'm not actually cutting on the edge. What I'm doing is I'm cutting in, so I'm actually cutting a little bit that excess away from the side. So I'm just cutting underneath the actual jar, and then I'm doing the same again there. So my scissors, I'm cutting underneath, because you're not going to see this.
It doesn't have to be pretty, does it?
Doesn't have to be pretty at all, no. So we'll just work our way around. So let's just take that one all the way down once again. Let me just quickly cut away that excess. And then what we can do is finish that off. So the other option that I showed you within Wake Up Call was how you can then use your dye and your acetate, but you would need to use your metal shim for your Gemini. And then there we have got our dye with our jar, with our acetate. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this layer, and I'm going to use my tacky glue for this one. Talked you through the applicator that's in that adhesive set earlier. And because this is just going straight onto the craft card, that's why I'm going to use my tacky glue. And I'm just going to put that straight over the top. And the reason being is this linen texture cardstock, which incidentally is actually from that pad that you were showing earlier.
Oh yeah, in the mystery bag.
It's just a little bit too thin for something construction-wise. So that's why I've gone in with my craft card first, because it's thicker, it gives it that stability. And what it also does as well, because you could, if you wanted to, move it to the side slightly and give yourself a drop shadow.
Good, couldn't you?
So you're theming that brown all the way through, which is the brown that we're going for. So then there's that one. What we can then do is on the back, let's go back to that foam pad bundle that we were talking about this morning. And then I'm going to go all the way round with the strips. So we're just going to follow that all the way round. Now you can do the same if you're using the foam on a roll, but as we were talking about this morning, when myself and Ben done my Smackdown cartload a number of weeks ago, we were showing you how we've got that new 3D foam pad pack, that new configuration. Whereas in that bundle, what you've got is you've got your large foam pads, you've got your small foam pads, and in that you've got these new, now they're not new to the craft industry, but they're new to our foam pad bundle. That is your strips, and then you've also got your circle foam pads as well, and they are in stock on the website. So there's that one.
We think we've put those in the shop the day now if we picked the right one. So after they were asked about earlier, we've found them for everybody.
Perfect, awesome. And then I just wasn't paying attention there. So what I haven't quite done is close the gap. But then all that I've just done is gone in with that excess bit of foam, just close that gap at the top. Now I know that whenever I put my shaker element in there, there is no way for the shaker elements to fall out. So we're nice and we're secure. So let's come in with this one here. So we're going to go back with our tacky glue again, and we're going to go straight over the top of our card blank into place here. So if I pop that one on like that, and then as I hold that one in, what I'm going to do is with that set, you've got the love hearts. So let's take this one, and then I'm going to then take the, let's actually go for this excess. So we're going to go in with what I've got here.
And it doesn't matter if it's a bit narrow. Actually, it isn't. But if it was a bit narrower than the die, you can just cut elements from it, can't you?
That's it, yeah, absolutely. And really, with it being a shaker element, the chances, you know, there's some of this, or there's maybe, let's have a look. There might be a couple of the heart, no, they will actually all cut. But let's just say it was a little bit too narrow, Corrine, and all the hearts didn't cut as a full. Do you know what? It doesn't really matter. By the time that they're in the project of the shaker, chances of you seeing it are slim, but even then, just fish them out if you wanted to. And
that
then
was like it was made for it. That was a perfect size.
It was, wasn't it?
That was really jammy, that was.
Very, very. So then let's take all these bits out here. So what we can then do is then move that one to the side. Now, Nicola was just asking a really good question there in her ear, and she was actually asking how many layers of cardstock would the die actually cut? Now, for something like our linen cardstock, you could with ease cut 2 layers. Anything really heavy, your luxury card, I would only ever cut 1 layer at a time. In saying that, as I always say, no matter what, I will always cut 1 layer at a time. Even although this would cut 2 layers of that cardstock, I would still just go in and do 1 layer at a time.
Pressure.
Because of the pressure. And what you'll sometimes find is the base layer, because it's not got that full connection to the die, you can get a rough and ready edge to the love heart or whatever it is. So therefore, I would just tend to do 1 layer at a time. But to answer the question, Nicola's question, something like our linen cardstock, you could get away with 2 layers, but I would recommend just doing the 1 layer at a time.
Gilmore's really impressed with how fast your scissors and tape and scissors and... He's worked so fast with scissors and tape and scissors and tape. Yeah, that's fast if he works so fast. I had to stick my tongue out, and even then I had to peel the tape off a few times.
Well, you know me, Gilmore, and how much I love to do my fussy cutting and that, so
Yeah.
it's practice. It's practice, it certainly is. And then let's take this one. Yeah, because as you know as well, Corrine, I love, if I've got the time and I can just sit and fussy cut, for instance, our decoupage, our floral decoupage, if I've got the time when I'm doing prep, if it comes with dies, I'll sit and fussy cut instead of using the dies. Because I find it very, very therapeutic, yeah. Absolutely therapeutic. The other thing that I know we've still got a couple on our website, but when we had a selection of Hunky Dory's little books, they were a dream to just cut out as well. That was kind of like my downtime and relaxing time. But yeah, our floral decoupage, even if they've got dies, if I've got the time, I'll just sit and I'll fussy cut them out instead of die cutting them out.
Fussy cutting, Mary Meyer says, speaking of shaker cards, I cut up my advent calendar, then cut up the acetate inserts, perfect sizes for shaker cards.
There you go.
I'm very proud of my reuse of this.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's very good.
That's a really, really good idea, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's it. You can start to use these in different ways as well, seeing how you can use them throughout the year in all your other crafty projects. It's like the twine. This was just a little bit of leftover twine that I had. So what I've done is I've wrapped it around the top, and then what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to go and I'm going to pop these ones on. Actually, there's one thing that I have forgotten to do, so let's just do that now. I'm going to pop them in the middle to start with. What I'm also going to do is acetate. We talk about your alcohol pens, your tri-blends, classics, illustrators, being able to colour acetate. So what I'm going to do is let's go in with the gold brown shades. Now, I would have done this before I've taken the back off, but let's just go for it anyway. I'm going to go in with the lighter tone, and then I'm just going to colour over the top. So what we can then do is colour along the bottom, like so. And then I'm going to go in with the light yellow blend.
Juice is a cocktail. It's a cocktail, look at that. Nicola thought it was your juice.
My diluting juice.
Diluting juice, yeah.
My diluting juice. No, it's well, it could be whatever you like. Could be whatever you like. But then what you can then start to do is add your ice as well. You've got the ice cubes. So I've already stamped these ones out. I'm not going to colour a lot of these. Let's just show you ice. How do you colour something clear? You know, snowmen, anything like that. How do you colour them? You can either go in with a bit of grey, or you can go in with your ice blue blend, and then I'm going to go in, I'm just going to go into each section here with that light tone, and I'm just keeping my own little bit of preserved highlight towards the edge there. So we're just going to colour all the way down. Let's go into the darker end, into the middle, just into each section of the ice cube. Let's go in and blend that one out, like so. And then if you've got a white gel pen, which if you're in the Academy of Colour, you'll have got one originally with the first box, just go in with a little white gel pen and just create a little bit of accent detail. Harder for you to see on screen, granted, but just going in with a quick flick of a white gel pen. Then you've got your little ice cube. And then what I am going to do is, instead of using the die, because I will for something like this, be a lot quicker just to fussy cut. I'm just going to work all the way around. And I'm just going to do a couple. So let's set that one face up there.
Yeah.
And then we can do this one as well. Like so. Now, because of the size of this, there's no way it's going to be able to flip over on itself. If it was something small, you could stamp on the back of it again, but like I say, there's no chance of this jumping and flipping on itself. So let's pop that one in. And then the last thing that I've forgotten to add, so let's do it now. Stamped out the straw. Now, using the ice blue blend and the light yellow blend, what I've done, Corrine, is just coloured it in.
Colourful.
Coloured that one in, and then we can let's go in with our tacky glue. Let's just move that to the side for now. So assemble these bits before you pop your acetate cover over the top. So let's just press that in. Let's move that one back, flatten that one out ever so slightly. That one can come over the top like so. Let's press that down. So we've then got our shaker
lovely
that
is
you can
that?
see here.
Imagine doing that as a party and those could be your cocktail menus.
It could be. That's
There
the thing.
we go.
It really, really could be. And then what you can then do is with this sentiment, you know, get for the placements, or you can have a specific drink. Maybe you name the tables after certain drinks, and then it could be that as a name placement, but for the drinks. Pop cheers to you. I'm not going to do any more, Con, because it's just fiddling about with bits and pieces, but look at that.
Oh, how lovely is
You've
that?
got the stamp, remember, you've got all of the stamps, you've got the tag as well. I've just added some of my gems. Remember, in each set, yes, you've got the stamp for these, but use these as the shaker elements as well. As you talk through, you've got, you know, your lemon slices or orange slices or lime slices, whatever you want them to be. And then there you go, you've got your shaker in there. And even what you could do if you wanted to, if you've got your glossy highlights, what you can then do is just give them a nice coat. And then once that's dried completely clear, then that's going to be a nice clear ice cube that you can see just here. So that'll dry completely clear. It'll give it a shine. It'll give it an enamelled sort of feel to it. And then there you go.
Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love that. That is so, so super sweet. It's just a lovely die. And that's going to be male, female, young or old. It's going to work for everyone, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Oh, Anne says she stamped the ice cubes on acetate.
It's a good idea as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you just saw Craig use the glossy highlights, we have got a bundle of 2 bottles of your glossy highlights on the show today. There you go, $8.98 or $10.42, saving 25%. So there we go, it's like having half a bottle for free. £7.18 or $8.34 if you're Platinum member. Now, I need to quickly show you, this has gone mad, absolutely mad since we showed you. If you're not quick, this bundle is going to sell out. Our die brush and foam pad. We have our twin glue applicators. We've got the die brush refill. These are just whizzing out. Absolutely, you are loving these. We have got our pokey tools, our twin pack pokey tools, and also this really useful bundle of 4 tweezers. Absolutely brilliant. $14.99 or $24.99. Your platinum price for this is $11.99 or $19.99. Yeah, make sure you quit with that because that is going to sell out super quick. Right, now, other things I was going to show you. Oh, I'm throwing things all over the floor. Now, based on what you've seen before, which one do you want? Red liner bundle. So we have got the 6mm red liner tape. You're going to get 3 in here. Again, we're going to save over 10% on this, but you can save another 10% as well if you want. $6.99 or $16.99 for 3 rolls on here. Now, each one has 10 metres, so you're going to get 30 metres of red liner tape in 6mm in there. Then we are going to do a roll of 12mm foam tape, and either of these will work for your glitters, your gilding flakes, your heat embossing, just as Craig showed us in the last show. There we go. We're on to the next one. $9.99 for that, or $20.99. And again, you're getting 3 rolls of that. It's 12 and again, it's still 12mm, and it's still 10 meters per roll. So again, another 30-meter bundle for that. Now, the other thing you might want to get, and we've not mentioned this at all today, is your construction acetate or your heavyweight acetate. This is brilliant. Again, you're going to get 3 packs because there's 25 sheets in here and it tells you on there you're getting 75. So even I can work that one out, that it's 3 packs of this. So you've got 3 packs of your heavyweight acetate in your A5 size. Brilliant for all of your shaker elements. I use this all of the time. So make sure you stock up with this. Remember, it's got the protective film on one side, so make sure you peel that off. $15.98 or $19.90 with a platinum price of £12.78 or $15.92. All the things that are going to make you have the best finished projects. Now, the other one I want to show you, all linked to that project that Craig just did. If you've already got your shaker dies and you didn't need to buy that bundle, but you didn't have these, then you might want to pick these up. This is your sequin die 3-piece collection. So these are the 3 that we've done. We've done the hearts, we've done the traditional sequins, and we've done the star. So this is Shining Star, Sparkle and Shake, and Jewel of Love are the official names. All of those single dies, and they're going to cut out. We worked it out, didn't we? 70 on there, even more on here, even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. Even more on the bottom. Yeah, a lot on that one. I can't count that one as fast. And quite a lot of your stars as well. Shakers, embellishments, it's entirely up to you. $7.99. That's for all 3 dies, not per die. Now, it doesn't say on there, that's buy 1, get 2 free. I think that's right, is it not?
Yeah.
I've said it now, so that must be what it is. It is. Buy 1, get 2 free. £6.39 or $9.56. They're blaming my math. I'm sure that works out as buy 1, get 2 free. There you go. They're going with that. They like that theory. There you go. That is a phenomenal deal. I didn't look down at the price. £6.39 or $9.56, and you can get another 10% off that as well. There you go. So if you want all of those sequins, then make sure you pick that up. That means then all your sequins can coordinate with your project. You're not rooting around thinking, well, I want black sequins today, and this is very true, says Jenny, no one wants uncoordinated sequins. No, that's not what you need. You need your sequins to be coordinated, and that's what you'll get with that one. Now, Alison's been really busy today, so she has sent in another picture. Look at that. That's Colour Your World. Isn't that gorgeous? With the colour blend pencils. The aqua colour blend pencil or the regular ones? Didn't say, but that is absolutely beautiful. Well done. Now, Adriana's shown us a picture of her eggs covered in tissue paper. There you are. Oh, yeah, there we go. Adriana showed us that. Now, the next picture is actually them in action. This must be, this is how, her great niece, cracking them, Scarlett that is, cracking them over the head of somebody else and the confetti going everywhere. What a great way to spend Easter. I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, not going to be fun getting that confetti out of her hair, but we're not going to worry about that.
Could be in the house. Could be worse. It could be done in the house.
Yeah. They did it outside. That's good. Christy Mahoney, really awesome card. She loved it. Lindsay says, Craig, I really like this card. Oh, question for you, Craig. Bonita says, what is the difference between tri-colour and tri-blend markers, please?
Tri-colour and tri-blend. So one of those. So your tri-colour, your tri-colour and tri. What was the other one you said? Because one's aqua. So the one that you've got there is aqua.
Yeah, that's tri-colour.
So your tri-colour is your aqua pens, whereas obviously you can do all your water based, and then your tri-blend is your alcohol based pens there.
You go.
So tri-colour is aqua, and then of course you've got your tri-blends, which is alcohol proof.
Yeah, there you go. I think that answers. Yeah. I was just thinking, yeah, all really, really relevant questions, and I hope that helps that too. Right now, we're just going to give you, he's back tomorrow, so we're just going to give you a little VT all about Ben. He's been away for so long, 4 days off, you might have forgotten who he is. So here's a little video all about Ben.
Hello. I'm Ben, and I'm one of the presenters on Crafters TV. So my presenting journey started when I was about 18. I started working at a holiday park here in the UK. Our US viewers might not know it, but there's like a holiday park called Butlins. So what's involved with being a presenter? Well, my day-to-day kind of is ensuring I know everything that's on the show. Ensuring that the guys that I'm working with obviously are happy with everything that's on the show. And I kind of feel like what I do, I'm sort of like the glue in the show, if you like. There's a bit of a crafty reference for you. So kind of listening to the guys in the gallery, the producer, the director, I'm sort of always listening to what they want me to do whilst the crafters are crafting. So I feel like I'm there as the glue, keeping sort of everything, as it should be. But I also think my job is to have a lot of fun, which I think I do on most days. Get the viewers interacting, because we always love to hear from our viewers, and I think that's one thing that we do here that you don't get anywhere else, is that interaction, having people like, commenting, asking a question, and then straight away we're able to react, we're able to answer that question, we're able to, read out that comment, we're able to join them in singing their rendition of Foam on a Roll. Yes. I help to run the show, I help to inspire, to educate, to entertain, and just sort of generally be a good all-round bloke. So who inspires me? My dad is a big inspiration for me. He's one of my best friends, and I probably speak to him twice a week, but he's always sort of instilled a sort of a good work ethic in me. His big catchphrase is work hard and play hard, and that's something that I live by, is to put all your effort in when you're at work, and make sure you're doing a good job, but then when you're outside of work, make sure you have time to kind of have fun, spend with your friends, spend with your family. So I always remember that. Apart from Crafters TV, what else am I passionate about? Well, obviously I'm passionate about my family. I love to spend time with my family, with my wife, my 2 children, and my 3 pets now, because we've just got another dog recently, a puppy, which is killing me. I've got no sleep. Also passionate about sport. I think a lot of our viewers know I'm a big rugby fan. Running I like to do, but again, the old knees are beginning to hurt just a bit. I'm getting old. Oh, so many amazing experiences connecting with our viewers. Always get sent cards, which is lovely on sort of special occasions, and birthday cards every year. I always get cards sent through, which is so nice to come in and have some cards, and you can send presents as well if you like. I've never had a present yet, so if anyone wants to send presents, you can. Do you know what? I haven't had many presenter fails, particularly here. Actually, here, presenter fails, knocking over pack shots. I'm very bad at doing that. If you stack a pack shot too high, chances are I'm going to get exuberant with my arms and knock it over. My biggest moment of pride or biggest achievement, I've got a few. These are big for me. You'll probably laugh. I ran the London Marathon. I was a Guinness World Record holder. I've got the certificate for that up on the wall alongside my marathon photo and alongside my Foam on a Roll caricature. My Guinness World Record was for naming the most amount of Beatles songs from their opening lyrics in 1 minute. I've had things named after me over the years. I had an alpaca named after me. If you are ever in Aylesbury, do make sure that you go and drive around the roundabout, which is near the Waterside Theatre there, because you'll find that that particular roundabout is named after me. Oh yes, I have a roundabout named after me, big time.
Isn't he lovely? We all love Ben. I've left him a little present in the green room. He doesn't know what it is. Yeah, so that he's got that for tomorrow when he comes back. We all love Ben. Now, we are good. Well, he says, you do. You're best pals with Ben. Yeah. Yeah, you're not coming to my soft play if you don't play nicely. Okay. Only people that play nicely can come to soft play with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all of the story. Right, now, we're going to look at these tri-blend pens. We've been talking about these quite a lot today because these are our fantastic deal of the day. Oh, it's coming there quickly. We're going to get there. There we go. Sorry, the camera's very tired tonight. It's so tired. There we go. So we are going to offer you 48 tri-blend pens. You've got your original box, which is down here, and then your second box, which is up here. Now, and I thought there was a special code for the pens. Craig really disappointed me this morning. I thought he had a special code for which pen was in which. Now, on these, each pen has 3 colours on each pen, so that's going to give you 72 colours in that box and 72 colours in that box, giving you your 144 pens. Now, what we're offering you is buy one box and get one box for half price. So you're going to get these today, £119.98 or $179.98. Now, this is where your additional 10% discount is really, really going to be worth doing. If you're Platinum, the discount on this, the extra 10%, is going to give you an extra £9.59 off, or if you're America, it's going to give you an extra $14.39 off your purchase. So it really, really, if you put in your code, your secret code, it's going to give you an extra 10% off your purchase. And you're going to get your paper pad, and you're going to get your extra, your extra triple points. So however much you spend, you're going to get triple points on that. So it's really, really worth it. But what is so special about these pens, Craig, please?
Oh, where do I start? Where do I start with these ones? For me, these are what introduced me into the alcohol colouring. I've tried so many brands over the years. What I also done is when I first joined Crafters Companion, I went straight in with the Classique pens, and I've always been open and honest and said, even at first, I just didn't quite find my flow with the Classique pens. I went to the tri-blends, and then I absolutely learned straight away everything that I know, the way to colour, the way to blend. Then I went back into the Classique pens, and then it just opened up a world of possibilities. Because with the alcohol pens, you can then start to introduce your wax pencils as well, if you want to. But when it comes to this morning, we've done a little demonstration with this butterfly card here, where we've done it onto Nina cardstock. But what I'm going to do, using that same stamp, I've already stamped it out, but I've done it onto kind of like a craft paper here.
Oh, nice.
And this is going to give us a completely different look. Although I am going to change the colour slightly, I am going to still follow on through with the actual layout of this butterfly. And with this one, what I'm going to do is I've gone in with your green turquoise, I've gone in with the orange blend, and also the purple blend.
Oh, that's our masquerade ball colour palette.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
That would work absolutely beautifully with the masquerade ball. But what we can then do is let's go in with our purple blend. Now this one here, it is a craft cardstock that is based for alcohol colouring, but it will give you a different look. You'll still get a blend, you'll still get a flow, however, you're going to get a different tone because of course it's the craft colour. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start to colour the way I would usually do even if I was on Nina cardstock. Nothing is changing. but we're just going to come down here. Now what I would say, I touched upon it this morning, and when it comes to the alcohol colouring, what I would say is when you are having a look back on our YouTube, you're going to find your own way to do your blending. And what I mean by that is, so I do alcohol colouring the same way that Leanne does. There's no right or wrong way as such, but maybe Debbie Robinson does it slightly different to what Leanne does, that does it slightly different to Debbie Fisher, but the actual layering process of your alcohol colouring is going to be the same. So for me, for argument's sake, Sara won't necessarily go down with the lighter tone first. She'll go in with the dark, the medium, then the light. Whereas I say I like to go in with that lighter tone because it's kind of priming your cardstock.
It saturates
it's giving
the
your
cardstock,
cardstock that's saturating the cardstock, and it's giving you that layer to then start to blend onto. Now Sara's way isn't a wrong way, it's just another way in which to do alcohol colouring. So I've gone in now with that darker tone, and then I'm going to go in with the mid-tone, and I'm going to blend that out. So where my dark tone ends, I'm just going to start with that mid-tone, and then I'm going to come down to where I've kind of ended with that initial light tone, go back to that light tone, and then we're just going to blend that one into place there. So I'm going to go in, and we can do this next one as well. So once again, I'm going to go in with that lighter tone first of all, and then I'm just going to build that light tone, and then we can go into the detail there with that darker tone. And you know, I'm not having to change completely different pens, it's all in that same one. You've got the light, you've got the medium, you've got the dark, you've got the codes there as well, so if you are following along when it comes to the codes of the pens, they are there. And then they are also going to complement the deep tones. So what we can then do is then we can then take that mid-tone, blend that one out, and then what we can do is go in with that lighter tone. So as I was saying just at the start, you know, dependent, for instance, well actually let's go into this one. Your purple on your white is going to be completely different to the craft. So you can see, but this is, when it actually shows you the finished sample just shortly, you'll see how spectacular it can look. So even though it's a darker cardstock, still, you know, if it's a suitable cardstock for alcohol colouring, give it a shot. Give it a try, because it is there to serve a purpose for you to alcohol your colour, but then blend that one out, that mid-tone, and then we can then go back in with that light tone and finish that one off.
That premium paper though, it's got very similar properties to our Nina, hasn't it?
It does.
It's got a different colour, so you're going to be able to get, you're not going to have to work as hard blending on it as you would if you try to do this onto something like your multi-purpose cards.
So that's it, yeah.
Has it got a tooth through? No, it's almost the opposite. It's very smooth.
It is, yeah.
There we go, Jenny.
Yeah.
Has it got a tooth? So you want it smooth. You need long fibres in the card so that the ink can wick down the fibres and blend really nicely.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So, and essentially the other way to think of it, it's just a browner form of your white multi-purpose. It's that super smooth. It is a beautiful medium to colour on, but as I say, you are going to get a completely different look. So let's go in. Yeah, I'm on with my lighter one. So let's go into the sections. Now, do section at a time. Because it is your alcohol base, what will happen is it will start to evaporate. The alcohol will evaporate, and then that's where you're going to start to see the blend come into formulation. But if you do, for instance, that light tone first, and then move on to the next section, before you start to build the colour, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get that blend, because there's no alcohol there for it to start to blend into. Yes. And then therefore it's going to be a struggle, if not nigh all impossible, for you to get a lovely blend. So always do section at a time. If it is a really small set, like for me, Corrine, I would maybe do 2 or 3 of these together.
Yeah, because they're very small, aren't they?
Because they're very small. So for instance, let's go in. But if it's a sizable section, I would do 1 at a time. So then you know that you're going to get that blend.
You soon get the hang of how far you can go. You can push your pens, don't you? You soon learn what is too much.
You can.
But it's all about using the liquid in the inks to their best, and allowing them to work before the alcohol evaporates off. But then I think it's about stepping away as well and letting that alcohol evaporate and coming back and having a look at what it looks like when you finish, doesn't it?
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Get to that point where you are, see, it's not that one that I need. Get to that point where you're really, you're happy with it, but don't do too much more, because what will happen, it's definitely not the right one. Where is it? Jade green. There we go. It's the jade green I need. Yeah. Once you, for instance, that I'm happy with. Now, I may be tempted to go in with a little bit more darkness to it, but just stop. Let it settle. Let the alcohol evaporate, and now I'm happy with that one.
Yeah. But I think the light has almost become more prominent, hasn't it?
Has. It really has.
The tone, the colour difference between the layers has become more prominent. That's what I was trying to say. Very badly.
I know, and it's even like when you're designing your card itself, sometimes there can be you can add too much sometimes. So therefore, you just need to step back, look at it, know that you're happy with it, and then just leave it. So I'm just going to go into these little bits and then just blend that out. And then what I'm going to do is then, still with the tri-blends that you can go back and watch this morning on Wake Up Call. So that's it in white, and then the only exception I used was the dark red. So then carrying on, and then that's the look that you're going to get.
Wow.
So it's still both tri-blends, but then both of them are your premium cardstock. That one is your darker craft, and then that one is your Nina cardstock. So let's bring that one there, and then let's bring that one there. So two different cardstocks, but you're still layering them the same, you're still blending them the same, you're still getting that shade the same.
Same pens?
Every single time. Exactly the same pens. And when it comes to each of the sets, because you're getting both of them, you can use both sets separately, or the deeper tones will also complement. So for instance, the jade green blend, that's 3 shades, but then that next set up that you're also going to get working out at half price then, that's giving you an additional 3 shades of the jade green. So that means that's 6 different shades within that one pen. So the real depth that you can get, and as I talked about before, go on top of it with your colour blend pencils if you want to. You don't have to. And then of course, they are just, 72 pens in each box, 144 separate alcohol colours. If all you wanted to do was colour your ribbons, your gems, your acetates, anything like that, your mount board, anything like that, you can do that. But of course, they're perfect, absolute perfect for doing your blending and shading.
And so many people were confirming with that and saying that their children that are artists use them. They never have looked back since coming onto the Spectrum Noir journey. Now, this has been really educational. I think I loved the way we've chatted between us about all the images. And Brenda Monroe says, what a great show, you two. Learned a lot, loving the shaker cards. Now I know how to use. There we go. Now, we're going to do a quick vote. Look at that. Oops.
Your
cocktail's fallen over. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. So we have got 3 makes from this show, and Craig's going to just quickly give them a number and let you start to vote.
Absolutely. Number 1 was from our Country Lane. Number 2 was from our Shaker Dies, and then number 3, that is the finished sample of us focusing on our actual tri-blends. So 1, 2 or 3, that's your choices for Monday Makers.
Brilliant. Right, excellent. So if you could vote for those, then we can get round and vote for Demo of the Day. Now, today is officially the end of all of our Easter deals. All back to work tomorrow. So Easter will not be spoken about for a little while again. So let's have a quick summarise of our Easter deals while you've got a chance, but please be quick. If you love these prices and you love these deals, you need to pop them in your basket or cart as quickly as you can and get those checked out. So the first one we have is our Hoppy Easter selection. 60 sheets, 10 card blanks, 36 pom-poms and a lot more. If you remember, there was ribbons and die cuts and there was just so much in there. That's £16 or $24, saving you nearly half price, but then it's going to get even better at £12.80 or $19.20 if you're platinum. So you do that. And don't forget, you're going to get a second 6x6 paper pad because that's your free gift for the day. So that is a brilliant deal. So there you go. Now the next one, this is phenomenal, and Craig showed us how brilliant that rotating board is from Totally Tiffany. You get the tote bag that it fits into, and also the 12 aqua pens in the primary, if I remember rightly, and that today $34.98 or $41.94. You're not going to be paying for the aqua pens at all. They come for free, so that will be brilliant. So yeah, pop that one in if you like that. Now the next one we're going to have a look at is our essential tools. You're going to get your guillotine, your enveloper and your mixed media mat, £45 or $60, saving you $12.97 or $15.89, but your platinum price is even better at £36 or $48. Really brilliant way to stock up on all your key essentials, some that you might not have, because that mixed media mat is quite new. So there we go. Right, now demo of the show. Stand them up please, Craig.
Here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Absolutely. What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, I think it's either between 1 or 2.
1 or 2. The winner of demo of the show is number 2.
Number 2.
There we go. We love that. We just loved all the little tips and techniques of that. So we have a choice of 2. You able to pop that one over?
I'll come and bring that across to you right now.
Brilliant. And then that will go with our first demo of the show. Thank you so much.
That glossy
yes, glossy highlights are still a little bit tacky. There we go. I reckon an hour and your glossy highlights are usually dry. So demo 1 from Wake Up Call, using the Country Lane. Demo 2, our shaker card. Which one do you want? Look at that. You've got a lovely scene through there if you missed it. There we go, just to show you the full card. Absolutely perfect. 1 or 2. If you could vote for that, that's going to give you demo of the day. So there we go. Oh, Lindsay is saying she loved it with both of us today. Thank you, Lindsay. It's been so informative. Really, really good show, guys. Well, that's very kind of you to say. Zoe said that was a hard choice. She loves flower forming and butterflies. There you go. Thank you. Now, we've got some more deals. Oh, we've not seen this one yet today. This is your adhesive. Oh yes, we did. He did, but we never told you you're going to get that case.
Now, do you know something? I wondered because the case was underneath, but I didn't realise that came with it.
There you go. You're going to get your tape, pen, tape runner, your glue applicators, your low tack tape, your tacky glue, your red liner tape, your glue dots, and you're going to get the supply case as well. There you go. It's got 6 different trays in there, all the little compartments, whether you're going to put your ink pads in, your gems, your glitters, your paste, whatever you want to put in there, your gilding waxes will all go beautifully in there. So all of that today is £30 or $46, but your platinum price is £24 or $36.80. That is phenomenal value when you remember to include the case. Now, I showed you this one earlier. This is effectively buy the MIDI and 9 of the mini dies, and we're going to give you 9 of the mini die sets. There's a lot more than 18 dies there. You've got a lot more, but there's 18 die sets. So you're getting 9 of those sets for free. £114.90 or $163.90. You've seen Craig use the MIDI lots. He's cut foam on there. He's cut his dies on there. You can put your embossing folders through there. All of those are going to work beautifully. Platinum price for that, £91.92 or $131.12. I'm just going to say it. Make sure you add found it 10 at the checkout. We've got a minute and a half, so they can't take me off air for saying that. Found it 10 at the checkout into your code, and that will give you the extra 10%. But that's not going to be on tomorrow, so make sure you use that really wisely today. So there we go. Now, demo of the day goes to. Oh, have you got a feeling? Have you got a feeling?
I'm sticking with 2. Or you know, when we talk about saying what's just said in our ear there, Nicola said that she's sticking with 2. That's why I went to say I'm sticking with 2. I'm going to say 2.
No. 1.
Number 1.
There you go. I think that's lovely. They love the colouring on there. Everybody just wants to be in that cottage. I want to be drinking the drink, but there you go. Everyone wants to be
Or you
in
could be
that
drinking the
cottage.
drink
I'm gonna
while
pop that
sitting in
behind
front
there.
of the cottage.
There you are. Right, thank you so much. A very worthy winner. That's going to be the first one on our shelf today. So that's going to go towards Demo of the Week on Sunday. We'll be doing that early,
Be
me and you.
early.
Me and you on Sunday. We've got a completely different format on Sunday, but we'll tell you all about that later in the week. So there we are. Now, thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your pictures all through the day. Everybody has loved seeing that. The pictures of the family, your pets, and all of your makes. It's been wonderful. I've had a brilliant day. Have you had a good day
I
today?
have had an absolute blast. You know, I always do when I'm on with you. It's always lovely, and it's nice when we're the other way round. So yeah, until Sunday when we are back together.
I'm back. Round.
We're swapping round, yeah, we're going to be the other way on Sunday. However, tomorrow I'm in all day with Ben. We're going to have Nicola, we're going to have Liam as well. Technically, we've got 2 launches tomorrow. We've got the launch of our cut-in dies, which are brilliant. And then something that I've been teasing for months that I was asking Leanne, you guys stateside specifically were asking for them. And we've got the official launch tomorrow, and that is our brand new 12x12 plaid paper pads. So it's going traditional, but then with more of a modern colour when it comes to these. So we're going to be featuring them all through, because the pads aren't meant to be until launch party. Yeah, no. I'm going to be using them in the morning.
Brilliant, brilliant. And don't forget, we were also saying that come Wednesday, we've got Sheena coming back to join the fold. She's going to be our regular Wednesday guest, and she's going to be the craft expert here, bringing you lots of hints and tips and techniques and sharing all of that vast crafty knowledge. So please join tune in to join her and Ben on Wednesday through normal show time. So that will be brilliant fun. So thank you. I can't thank you again. It's been brilliant to have you here on this lovely, well, not so great weather-wise, but it's been great fun in here. Bank Holiday Monday. Thank you once again. I'll be back on Saturday. Until then, have a great week, and I'll see you again soon.
Toodles.